Hello everyone, my name is Nathan Bryant. I'm a captain for Concord Fire Department in Concord, North Carolina. We're located in the Piedmont of North Carolina. We cover about 65 square miles and we have about a population of 110,000 people. We're here today to do a walk around for our newest addition to our fleet, and it's the very first tractor drone aerial that the city of Concord has. So looking forward to being able to walk around and show you some things about this apparatus here. This truck, it sits on an Enforcer chassis. All of our new engine companies are very similar to this, full 70-inch cab. If we want to start making our way around this way, we can. I can show you the inside of the cab. So, officer side, all of our trucks have MDT mounted up top here for our officers, so they can see any updated information that our dispatch center is giving them. Knox box key location down low, and then obviously a hand light mounted for use. They have a AM, FM, and weather radio mounted up top, as well as our Motorola radio that we're going to use for communication is also mounted up top out of their way. We did include an emergency master on and off switch for the officer over here as well. Just ease of cutting those emergency lights on and off when responding to and from incidents. All right, so now we'll come back. We'll take a step back here to the rear of the truck. Yeah, 5-person cab. Again, it's on an Enforcer chassis, so 2 up front. We do have an EMS compartment located right here in the rear that we can keep our medical supplies in to keep them dried in and out of the weather here. Just a little bit about this truck. Overall, height is 11 foot 1 inch. The total length of this truck is 58 feet 4 inches and has a GVRW of 73,300 pounds. We have hook mounts located on the exterior with a recessed can mount in here, so our firefighter can come off the back of the truck and grab a hook and a can and go to work. As we continue on back, this compartment is laid out for ease of Stokes basket storage for us. So we have dried in Stokes basket storage, which is actually new on most of our other apparatus that we don't currently have. We have dried in Stokes basket storage, and we can also, this compartment here is also going to have a 9-inch Milwaukee cutoff saw and kind of some different tools for our outside ventilation side of the apparatus. Pretty standard on most TDAs. You have your outrigger controls up top. This truck does have a 6 kW Harrison generator mounted up top in between our 2 storage boxes that we have mounted on top. One side is a cord reel so that we can pull our junction box off to help run our fans or anything else we need for scene lighting. We can pull that junction box off. Once we get around to the other side, the other box is empty on the other side, and that's going to be used for different types of tarp storage and salvage cover storage for us. So our next 2 compartments here, this truck is going to be responsible for running a lot of interstate. This truck's geographic area we needed a TDA to get in some really tight places, a lot of hotels, a lot of big commercial buildings that have tight parking lots and a lot of crowd. So we have to be able to get this truck in and out. So that was the reason that the city of Concord spec'd a TDA to begin with. This truck does cover a lot of interstate. We do need a lot of interstate coverage. And our biggest concern, or one of our concerns, is that we want to be able to get or start a rescue assignment, whether it be a pin-in, entrapment, whatever it may be, off either side of the apparatus. So there are our first 2 compartments here. Essentially, we can mirror our rescue equipment off each side of the apparatus. So this truck will have a complete set of Hurst hydraulic tools, 2 full sets, 1 on each side of the apparatus. We will also have quick throw Paratech supporters that we can bring off each side of the apparatus, as well as a full set of Paratech Gold Series struts and four separate hydrofusions for any heavy lifting operations that we need to do. We'll also have a grip hoist and a jet pull for any type of moving vehicles after we stabilize those vehicles. So both of these compartments are essentially mirrored the same on each side, except for this side does have a Pierce added toolbox that we can keep miscellaneous tools and equipment in. So very nice toolbox there that we can keep different drills and impact drivers and other things in. Top two compartment, or the top two trays are tilled out trays, so we can get to our equipment a little bit easier. We're not having to reach way back up in there to get equipment. Okay, as we make our next way back, this compartment is designed to be our rope compartment. This truck, with some of its responsibilities in the city, it needs to be set up for a various amount of technical rescue incidents. That does include rope rescue incidents as well. So this truck will have a tear adapter for setting up portable high directionals, tower rescue bags, and different various length rope bags. So this compartment is basically designed for all of our rope rescue equipment that we're going to need. So we can come to one place and have all of our rope rescue equipment ready to go, and it's all in one place and very organized. Keep making our way back towards the rear of the truck. This compartment right here is designed to be our air compartment. So this truck will have two complete sets of Vetter high pressure airbags, two airbag controllers, the whole 9 yards as far as different hoses and adapters and other things like that. It'll also have a Ajax air chisel tool as well for sheet metal cuts and anything else we need. This will have 60-minute cylinders mounted in it, and then all of our air equipment will be mounted in one compartment. So we can come to one compartment for air, and it's all right here. So on the outside of the truck here, we have a quick throw 24-foot ladder. This is our only exterior mounted ladder. The truck itself, as we get back to the ladder trough, has 273 feet worth of ground ladders. That's not including our aero device. With our aero device, we have 380 feet of ladders total. On the outside of the truck, we have the 24. We got a 16 mounted up on the outside of the aerial. And then if you notice up above here, we have a mounting bracket here for a 6-foot VES ladder that can be pulled off either side. We want to set our Tillerman up, or our tiller driver up, for as much success as possible. And so that means eliminating as many blind spots as we can. So we have cameras that are mounted here, nice and tucked away. It molds in very nice with our scene lighting on the outside of the truck. And that camera then gives a readout in the bottom portion of the tiller cab that we can look at here in a minute on a little TV screen. We have one on each side just to help that tiller driver as much as possible avoid anything in the blind spots. That also comes into this mirror right here. This mirror right here is going to identify any blind spots back here that may need to be seen. Again, and we're just assisting as much as possible with eliminating blind spot issues when we operate the apparatus. In the tiller cab, the individual that's operating the apparatus, their turn signal switch is actually wired to scene lighting that'll light up on the outside of the vehicle if they needed to light up this area to figure out what they're getting ready to move the trailer into or away from. So they can flip that switch up or down, and that's going to give them scene lighting in the spot where the trailer is going to travel. As we work our way on around, again, like I said, this truck is going to respond to a lot of interstate incidents, and Concord has had some over the past year or so, has had some incidents where fire trucks have actually been ran into on the interstate, so we want to prevent that as much as possible. So in this compartment, we'll have a full-on set of cones that can be set up behind the apparatus once the apparatus is shielded into position on an incident, and then also oil dry, so that we can control leaks and spills. This compartment down here, this little dunnage area down here that we've got is going to be used to house a containment pool and an additional bag of oil dry just for other vehicle accidents and being able to contain any type of fuel spill that we need to prevent a runoff. So we're going to open the ladder trough here. Again, this truck was designed to have a ton of ground ladders. Because this truck does respond to a lot of hotels, a lot of apartment buildings, a lot of things, this truck needed a ton of ground ladders. So as you can tell, this is our own set of ground ladders. Again, it's a total of 273 feet worth. If you look up here, this compartment right here is going to be designed for rescue pickets, so we can drive rescue pickets for various anchors and other things like that. And then this is going to be for, this slot up here was specifically designed for a Mustang tool, because it's a standard operation in our department that we clamp our gas lines, natural gas lines. So this is where that Mustang tool is going to go. So we have a slot designed solely for that. So as we work our way around, we have a backup camera in the rear. This is the first ladder company within the city of Concord that does not have that has no pump and no tank on it. So it's the first true truck company within the city. The city also has 2 more coming pretty close after this one, but this truck is going to Station 11. The main road that they respond on is Concord Mills Boulevard. It's a very busy area, so their logo represents them well as the Boulevard Bandits. So as we get around to the other side of the truck here, we have a essentially full-size Tillerman compartment here. So this compartment is going to be laid out specifically for the tiller driver. They can put all their gear. We have a set of irons mounted in here, a can, a rabbit tool, a hydro ram, just basically everything, flashlight, everything for that tiller driver. So whenever they come down from the tiller cab on an incident, they can be ready to go, and they have everything that they need in one compartment right here. This compartment, this next compartment, and both of these are matched, so we don't have to open both of them. Both of these compartments here, this one right here is going to be our RIT compartment. It's going to carry different RIT bags, various things like that, search rope. Both these compartments match essentially the same. This compartment right here is basically a saw maintenance compartment that supports our saw compartment. This compartment was spec'd for 2 chainsaws and 2 rotary saws. So that's all that's going in this compartment. These are gas powered saws. They're all going to be here. And all the saw maintenance, so fuels, blades, other odds and ends for our saws are going to be mounted up top. Like I said before, this truck is responsible for a lot of commercial areas, so a lot of big box commercial stores and other things like that. So this compartment was spec'd basically for our ventilation fans or PPV fans down low. So this compartment height is basically adjusted to the width of those fans, and those fans are going to sit in there, and then the compartment's wired so the fans can charge. Up top is portable scene lighting, and this is where all of our battery chargers are going for all of our Milwaukee tools, all of our hydraulic batteries, and other things along those lines. So that's where all of our chargers are going. So this is basically just a big electrical compartment for us. And as we come here to kind of finish up the compartmentation, again, these compartments are mirrored on either side. The only difference on this side is that we have our cylinder storage, and that's to replace cylinders, obviously, and all the air packs that the firefighters are wearing on the apparatus. And down here is going to be design storage for an oxyacetylene torch kit that'll fit in down there. But essentially our goal, like I said, was to mirror sides on this apparatus so that whenever this truck gets positioned on the interstate for an incident or positioned on a wreck, that we could get tools off one side once the truck shields us from moving traffic on the other side. Again, just dunnage storage up here that matches the other side. Again, this is going to be tarps, salvage covers, and the other side has the core drill in it for the generator. As we move up here, this is going to be our engineer's compartment. So the engineer that's driving the apparatus, this is where the engineer can store all his or her gear in this compartment here. We have, again, dried-in stokes basket storage transverse that can come out of either side that we need to, and then all the engineer's gear can be stored in there, so they have their own place. We've repeated the can storage and hook storage on this side, so it's recessed can storage and then hook storage over top of our cans so that you can grab the tools that you need and go. The nozzle that's on here, 1,250 gallon per minute nozzle. It is a storefront nozzle so that we can break the plane, get the aerial nice and low for any type of storefront, commercial, big water operation that we may come across. And then we have the tip painted 444 with high-vis luminescence added to it just for increased visibility at night. Well, thank y'all so much for joining us today. As always, we want to thank Pierce Manufacturing and Atlantic Service Group for helping us out. It's always great to work with them. Great, awesome company. And like I said, any adjustments that we've needed to make, they've always been squared away with that. Next person I want to thank the City of Concord. They're always supporting us and our future endeavors, and allowing us to get the most top-of-the-line equipment that we possibly can to provide the best service to the citizens in our community. So thank you so much for your time today.